Rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is your sister Islam Salafi Ahl Sunnah, aka Mango. Anyways, the topic I want to discuss is about school, sending our children to school. I see a lot of parents, they moan and they groan and complain about, my child has become like this, my child has become like that, but they see the problem as being the school or the children their child hangs around with. Yes, to a degree that is the problem, but they fail to identify the root problem, where the problem began. That is within the house. What tools are you giving your child? What are you bringing your child upon? Are you sending them to school with only the focus that is, oh, I have to get that degree, or I have to get that A level or whatnot? It should be, you have to send your child with the right tools, and that is upon Islam, is upon Deen, because there's so much fitnah there. And what have you given them? What weapon, if you like, have you given them to fight that fitnah that's there? Because you're just sending them without the fear of Allah. They have no fear of Allah in their hearts. So how do you expect them to survive within that world of fitnah? Okay, because what is happening today is that parents are throwing their child into the deepest part of the ocean without teaching them how to swim. So how do you expect them to survive? If you not teach them about Islam, how do you expect them to survive and turn away from those un-Islamic activities if they don't even know what Islam is? You have to bring them upon salah, upon fast, upon understanding Tawheed, and then send your child. So then you've given them the tools to go to school, and then when they see haram, they can identify it. Because a lot of the time you send them, you've not even told them what is haram and what is halal. So how do they know? So when they fall into it, you're like, oh, how could you do this? And then you think, my child has done this, and yet you fail to realize that you never told them. You never sat down. How many parents nowadays sit down and discuss with their child, what is happening in school, and just communicate and socialize with their child? Because wallahi, what happens in schools, what they get up to in schools, you may think your child is like some angel, but I'm telling you now that the amount of the amount of un-Islamic activities that are in schools, I'll be surprised if your child can overcome that. Okay, so send your child upon Islam to school, and inshallah, and trust in Allah to protect your child, and then He will, So it's about having, teaching your child ittaqallah, fear Allah, and then when they go to school, even if you're not there, they still have the fear of Allah to to move them away from those haram stuff that happens in school. So that's all I wanted to say. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.